same vein. Okay, party is requesting, so... And my stream is up. So just explain how we got here and all that stuff, so that way he's not blindsided. My Brutus voice is on, right? My deeper voice. I can't hear you.
Oh, I wasn't talking yet, sorry.
Okay, move on.
So, when they get here, so I don't have to repeat, I'll explain what happened and how you got here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and set up over there.
Oh, there's a Pardu.
Load in.
That'll explain everything in character for you. We're cards down for right now, so.
Holy hell. Okay.
All right, whenever you're all ready to explain all the out of character, in character stuff, and how we got here and all that stuff.
Everyone loaded in and everything? All right. So, both of you were picked up by an unmarked car. Brought you to this location. The driver did warn you not to start anything or you will be detained.
Right.
But he had no animosity towards you and was not aggressive. He will bring you here, open the door for you, and instruct you go down the hallway and go to the left.
Gotcha. I gotta do my in-character stuff. So Brutus, the reason why he talked apart when they're coming over here, he's basically like, I don't know anything about politics. That's why I'm asking you for help. Brutus is just trying to basically get a detente for just him, since he's a high-value target with all this stuff going around with the area of Dragonspire, and he trusts your advisement on it. And that's basically, you're just there to advise him. You don't have to interject unless you want to, and that's going to be your character prerogative. Any other questions from there, or does that make pretty much sense?
It makes sense.
Okay, gotcha. Ready whenever y'all are to be in character.
All right. Okay.
Are there colliders here that we seat colliders we need to unselect to prevent that shit?
No, you should be fine.
Okay, cool.
You should be fine. Ultimately, just
all you have is that you can click on seats to sit down, but that's really it. You should be fine.
Gotcha. So just know that if we accidentally click it while we're thing, we don't intend to. Got it. I just wish there was a toggle for it.
no, obviously.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready whenever y'all are.
Good?
Yep.
Inform me when they come in.
All right. All right. In that case, I'll count down here. 3, 2, 1. Card up.
Very homey.
Zatra +1.
Yes, this is Geldir. He is my advisor for the evening.
It seems our guests have arrived.
This way. More trailhead.
I'm assuming we
Nice
sit
to
here.
finally meet the high-value target. Yes, take a seat. Take a seat.
May I
Well,
present
my manners,
Herald
I
of the
should
Dark
introduce myself. I am Wilfango Salvatore, Herald of the Dark Will. It's nice to finally meet you. Brutus, if I remember correctly.
Brutus the Longsword, son of Mogoth, Squire of Kryptus, champion of the Red Trina, and slayer of Direworm. And I will let him introduce himself.
But take a seat, take a seat.
I am killed here. That is all.
Understood. So, first things first. Tell me, you wanted to reach out to me and, well, my envoy alone, pretty much.
Correct.
I would like to know more on this. Why is that?
The reason being is I know we have been in conflict on the warpath, and I am of a warrior's oath. I believe combat is where sometimes things are held out on the battlefield itself, which we have met in combat many a time. And I hope that I have met dutifully. Yes, in conflict is bad in some cases, however, it is a place of honor for me. And I witnessed most of what happened that day at Dragonspire about what was done. And personally for Brutus, it was not sitting well with me in the sense that I felt that you did come with your own envoy and it felt almost insulting to you. However, I understand why it was done, but that is not Brutus's way. I also wanted to understand I am not a politician, I am not a diplomat, I am just a warrior, displaced in this land and only in conflict with you because of the things in a warfaring process. I'm not saying we're at war, but you understand what I'm
I
saying.
see. Yes, I definitely see. I do understand the moral code of ethics with regards to what you believe. Our people have a very similar feeling. We believe that the divine essence of our Lord is to be defended through the blood. We are very strict with this ideal. But I will definitely state this. I was not very much a fan of having my diplomat be ridiculed in the way they were, especially with them not being willing to take some accountability. I will be honest with you. They gave us the reason of them being a temp agency, and that, and I quote, documentation for them was not even a thing anymore as soon as they went into the Warrens, because they were no longer technically under their employ in a temporary sense. I know this is wrong. That is not the correct way. And most importantly, at the end of the day, it's the civilians. The kids, civilians. I cannot allow that to just be slid under the rug.
To go on that point, none of us knew that these were civilians at the time, and every time, and even Galdiel would attest to this, when we've gone down there, they've been in a posture of shooting at us and attacking us. In that moment, it is not a civilian at that point. That is an armed guard or armed person. Now, knowing the information now, it makes sense to Brutus. Personally, for Brutus, he does not want to make an effort to kill your civilians or your volunteers if he can help it. But you can understand that the Warrens is an uncontrollable place. Master Higgs and the other people do not control that area. It is just a zone where people go. But I am not here to debate the Warrens. That is not my purview, and that is not what I represent. I am here to represent Brutus. But I also had questions because you are now taking a war path in the land around Dragonspire, in the region, correct?
Yes. More or less in the reason of trying to secure the region from what we would consider, well, bandits and mercenaries that are more willing to just fill their pockets than the actual concern of the region itself. Let us be honest. They did not seem to care about civilian life to a point. I didn't even ask for financial compensation in that any letter. I would have been fine with just a simple non-aggression. If they gave us non-aggression, we could have done something from there. That's all that we would have been fine with. Think about that.
I understand that, but you
I will
also...
ask you this question.
Go ahead.
I will ask a question, however. So, listen to me on this. Well, let's start with a very simple one. Who shot first in the first situation?
You would have to let Brutus know, because he is not someone who would shoot first. Whenever I have gone down into the Warrens, I have made the effort to not attack the dark cult, as it were, or the volunteers that we know of the day. Brutus only knocked out if he could. But most of the time, there have been cases where they have shot first, I have heard. If you can correct me in this, I'd be happy to hear that.
I am more than actually happy to correct you. So, our first encounter was met with aggression from the other side. That is what was reported to me, to the survivors of the first situation. All other encounters going forward have been met with hostility or aggression for the sake of securing themselves to assure that they would not be harmed. More or less because of the first interaction, all other interactions have been, well, negative. More or less a concern of safety.
You would agree in that fashion, though, at the first instance of this happening, that no one knew of this path or anything like that, and that maybe you should have responded earlier. Would you agree on that?
That is where I can actually explain a little bit further on that.
I personally am a bit lost on a topic, if I could pose a question.
You are allowed to. Go for it.
These civilians we find in the warrens, are they members of an expeditionary force, or what are they?
This I could easily explain. They are mainly scientists with some private security to some extent. The main idea was to try and research the warrens to get a better understanding and comprehension of it. Our goal is to try and find a way of understanding the warrens better to maybe even possibly get it to be more controllable. Basically trying to ensure the safety in the area as well. Think of it like this. Imagine that situation in the warrens where it's a little bit more controlled. It wouldn't be as catastrophic with how many situations and the loss of life. Our goal there is not one of ill intent. I stated that with the envoy as for. The same answer that you got from them, you will get from me. That is our goal in the region.
I understand this. However, you must see it from Brutus's eyes on how you initially came to the people there. I cannot speak for how the staff at the Dragon Spire think on this, but what from Brutus's eyes he saw there was much miscommunication on both sides. I am sure you can agree with that.
Oh, there is definitely. I will explain it like this. I have recently taken up this position that I am currently in. My past predecessors, who are all currently, let's see here, dead, excommunicated, dead, also dead. A lot of deaths. Very much death. Not a big fan of it, but still. As you can tell, there's been a lot of strife and instability within the current situation with my predecessors, which is why I decided to handle it that way. That is also why I wasn't able to do anything before. More or less, the situation was currently not in my hands at the time. It has fallen into my lap, and then I saw the paperwork. I'll even be blunt with you. I've been communicating with the... what was it? Homeowners Association of Orlando Soccer, was it?
The HOA.
Yes, I've been communicating with them. I heard of a situation in regards to individuals doing unsanctioned actions there that were against not only our laws, but a little bit of our code of beliefs as well. We've been looking into taking care of that. We have already written them a formal letter stating that we are more than happy to take the people who are from our regions and territories and try them for crimes and also excommunicate those and basically make it clear that they were not a part of us.
I understand.
We had no quarrel with the region, especially as they are a fellow governing body. We do respect that.
I guess to get to the short of it with Brutus, he is not at war with you. At least he does not believe he is at war with you. I am curious what you think Brutus is to you, other than an HVT, as you call me.
But that is part of the reason why I wanted to have this discussion. I'll be honest with you. I do not want this conflict in true reality. It is wasteful. It is not a big benefit for us. The only reason we have concerns is, well, certain situations. I believe that you know the one individual that is one of our high-value targets, a small child.
Correct.
That one.
Yes.
Do you know why they're a high-value target?
I heard something about terrorist actions, but could you please inform me directly what exactly their crime is?
I can definitely easily explain this. So, The situation is as follows. They are directly related to a terrorist organization within one of the regions that we have currently under technical occupation. Now, the region has been one that has been very unstable because of this. We have many in the region who are trying to live normal lives and trying to get themselves back up to better posturing and civility. But the situation is that there's individuals who are more or less causing more problem than benefit. They are directly related to it through familial blood, from what we believe. Along with the other main factor being more or less that they have also technically stolen documentation from one of our military bases, directly inputting themselves into a problem right then and there. So you can see right there, we do have justification. Now, the situation there as well is, I will state it like this. We do not seek to kill, only detain. That is the main thing.
Are you saying that the small child that you speak of stole these plans from you? Is that a fact?
That is what we have written down, yes.
But prior to that, another reason for targeting before the plans, were you also targeting because of their blood relation to this terrorist cell? Is that correct?
Our main plan, yes, and I will actually explain to us a reason why. We plan to try and utilize that as a way to try and negotiate out terms to finally end the bloodshed in the region. Our main plan was to utilize that to try and make some terms of negotiation towards an agreement to order either a ceasefire or a general end to the conflict so we're not having civilian lives be spilled in the process.
You wanted to use them as a bargaining chip.
To an extent, but not in a sense of aggression or hostility. Plus, we also have the simple factor of they stole military documentation. We originally did not seek to want to, more or less, go after them aggressively originally, but now that we have that situation with the military documentation, we definitely have to. You can understand our concern there.
I can understand that. However, this is not in relation to why Brutus is here. We can both agree.
Exactly. Yes, and that I can understand as well, but I'd at least like to let you know why you are put on the high-value target list. It is because of relation to that.
I understand.
That is part of the concern.
Is there any way to get you to not invade the region in any way, putting lives at risk? That is my main concern. That if you go in there, there are people who are not of your same lineage. They are not of your same, let's say, power level, armament. It is a high magic area where some of your equipment might not even work. It might be a war of attrition in of itself, given what I have heard as Brutus. Would you not agree that this might be fruitless in of itself? Or can we somehow get into an agreement that hostilities there might not make sense, and that it might only make your problems worse? I do agree that the other staff at the Ragged Spire may have made fun of you, disrespected you, but that is not Brutus's way. They probably did not understand, because prior to your involvement, it was rather silly the way your people were working, the way they were doing. There was no proper communication, and it is hard to establish that communication all of a sudden at a drop of a hat. And I can understand why they think it's silly. You also are targeting their friend, the child.
Yes, but even then they still have to understand that there's a certain process to things. That is the problem. As I can say back there, they said that you, I believe, what was it? Ardu, was it? I'll ask you this question.
Galdir.
Let's say that you had in Galdir. Galdir, that's it. Why am I thinking? Oh no, it's because I'm thinking one of the assistants. Actually, where is Pardu? Pardu was supposed to bring me a cup of hot chocolate like 13 minutes ago. Where is he? Yes, I'm talking to you. Sir. Yeah, please go check. Thank you. So, Galdir, I will ask you this simple question. Let's say, for example, I have to deal with a scenario of, let's say, someone who is close to me as a friend committing a heinous action, and they are wanted by another country. Don't you think it would be a smart idea to try and maybe, I don't know, find a way to either fix that situation or cooperate with proper authorities? Wouldn't that make sense?
I have a short and long answer. Which would you like first?
You may go with either or. I am more than happy to hear it.
I will go with long. In my lines of work, I have noticed doing right things for cities and countries involves doing morally wrong actions. At times, doing things that are morally good can harm a nation or city. Vice versa. Therefore, I may not be the best person to ask that question to, because I would need to assess a bit more. Short answer is yes. We try to see some form of cooperation.
Exactly. That is what I'm basically trying to get across as well. Is that, while yes, they may look at it as their friend is not being well respected and they're being hunted down for an action. It may not look morally right or morally good, but it is a situation that I have to handle. It is a situation that I have to take. Ah, Pardo. Is that what I think it is? No, Pardo. Bring it here. Bring it here. Pardo. Bring it here. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Ah. Good. Alright. So, the situation is as follows. I have to handle this situation in a certain manner. I cannot let it just sit idly by. Especially in this kind of case. So, I will state it like this as well. I can understand your concern with in regards to the magic and armaments of the region. I will state it like this. As my envoy stated before, we have taken over other planets before. It is not out of our realm. We are more than happy to put up a fight if need be. But I will ask you a simple question. If you seek to try and make it so that we are not going to have conflict in the region, what power do you have to try and fix up the problem that is existing at this moment? What power do you hold?
I am actually a staff member of Dragonspire as security. However, right now, Dragonspire is inaccessible. We have left the area, as you are probably already aware. I'm sure you are aware.
That is correct, yes. I am already aware. But I will ask this then. From what I was told by my envoy and others that were there, you seem to be a little bit apprehensive on letting it go to immediate conflict.
Correct.
And you already stated it yourself here. So why haven't they listened to you then? What changes that? As you stated yourself, you're not a person of politic. What can change the situation?
The thing that could change the situation is not their side, but your side. And let me explain that in order. I am a very simple person. You do not need to raise your arms against a foe that does not seek you harm either. As long as you do not raise your arms, they will not raise theirs. Business will go about as necessary. Now that we know that the individuals within the Warrens are civilians, there is great in part that I have talked to in security, and Master Galdio may have seen me speak on it. We have all agreed that we will not seek to kill unless, or harm unless we are fired upon first. That day that you came in with your envoy and spoke to you was just a keen way for Master Higgs to essentially make fun of you. And I don't agree with that. But...
Oh, then this is going to be a thing I'm going to have to state right here, right now, then. Could you explain to me why, when I brought up such an option to them, they immediately shrugged it off and said, oh, if we have anyone that surrenders on your end in conflict, we will, and I quote, knock them out, leave them in the woods, and let them be there in the warrens to, quote-unquote, not able to defend themselves without their armaments because they were taken away. And as I stated before, restrained and knocked unconscious in the woods. Does that sound like a good way of handling things?
The woods of the Warrens, or is saying the woods outside?
The Warrens.
The Warrens don't really have a woods. You're talking about just in general. Well, what do you expect us to do? To let them walk on by after they've been shooting us? I'm trying to understand that.
Well, no, let me explain it like this. I offered them a situation of non-aggression. Basically, we don't shoot at you, you don't shoot at us. Simple as that. And their response was no. But if any of them do surrender, we will knock them unconscious, leave them there restrained without their weaponry or any form of defense, and just leave them there. That was their response. A spit in my face, almost.
I don't think it was intended as a spit in your face. It was a way of negotiating there in the moment. Do I agree? Tensions were high at the moment. You have to take it from the mindset of, I don't want to speak for them, although it sounds like I am. But, maybe... Am I explaining it correctly, Galdir? More of a...
If you will not speak for them, I will. They are not the talkers. You have to remember that Higgs and the others were the muscle or the brawn of previous groups. He is one of the individuals that found that locale. The ones that used to be the talkers for him are individuals such as myself. I was a founding member of that temp agency, if that's what they're going by these days. I used to be a member of the security team as well. You're experiencing the reasons as to why I was no longer a member of that team.
So what I am hearing is that you are in agreement and understanding that what I am basically stating is that they are more or less... What's a good way of acting and stating it? Acting like a bunch of childish buffoons.
Yes.
Exactly. From what I heard from my diplomat and those that were there was no hostility from our end. We were civil. Hell, if I remember even correctly, from what my diplomat told me, my diplomat apologized for having to put the declaration of war on the table. They did not want this. None of us wanted this. We were not seeking conflict. We sought to try and end the conflict. But this is what has happened. They spat in my face at this rate. I cannot let that kind of thing go unpunished, especially with dead civilians.
No one knew that they were civilians until I found out, and then stated it to my superiors in security. This was an infant situation that they were just getting into. With time, I believe it could have been corrected more respectfully. However, as Master Galdir has keenly pointed out, Master Higgs and Fable were the muscle. They are not thinkers or talkers, nor is Brutus. He is a warrior. That is why I brought Galdir here to advise me on this, and he has done so well so far.
But here is the major difference. You have been civil with me. You have not shown me any problem. You have been understanding. You've been, most importantly out of all of this, cooperative. When I sat and spoke with them through my envoy, they were not. They were more than willing to, and I quote, throw their hands in the pot and just splash it all about. They did not care. They knew it was civilians, and that was told to them at the table, and their response? They didn't care. They didn't seem to care. They just shrugged it off. And those are the ones currently, quote-unquote, running the organization. That is part of the problem.
I will state what they said was different from what they actually felt. I know that is a interesting concept to say, but in our personal comms, it is a much different conversation, and it was much more calmer and more distinct. I think a lot of this was built-in rage via you going after Grasilda. But we're not going to be really discussing that. What I would like to agree to at this point is that I don't believe hostilities with the region are necessary. I believe conflict, if at any, should be in the warrens themselves. This is where the warpath is. That is where things have occurred. That is the only place where our entities intermingle. If we stretch out this conflict from beyond the bounds of the warrens, we will only ensue chaos, and that is what Brutus is here to try to prevent. Or at the very least, prevent hostilities to him himself as a person, as Brutus the Longsword. Because as much as I disagree with your methods, I also agree with a warrior's code. And I believe that is the segment of which we should focus on. what makes sense as us warriors, as kingdoms, as warring factions, so that is a civil conflict and not barbaric. Now that Brutus knows those are civilians down there, he will make every effort, he promises you, to make sure that the security of Dragonspire will make heed on that arrangement, despite what they may say. And if they go against that, Brutus will be the first to reprimand them. While this might not assail your concerns, I hope this makes you understand that Brutus is not in favor of this, and that we could come to some agreement to prevent bloodshed.
That I can understand as soon as you walked in. I'll be blunt and honest with you. I definitely can respect all this. I really can. But as I stated before, there's only so much I can allow before we have to do something. An escalation. As I stated before, I understand that this is not, well, a morally good option. But it has to be done. Think of it like this. If you had a situation where your country was in conflict over a small region, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters killed, and you tried to negotiate out a peace, and they spat in your face, would you not try and strike at the heart of the problem? Especially if that also can corrupt the region that they are in.
I can understand that mentality.
As Chaldea here has stated that as well. They are no longer there. They sound like a voice of reason. If they were the one leading it, I would have been more than happy to sit down and have a discussion. But from how it sounds like they are bandits. They're just there for money. They do not sound like they're actually there to try and do anything positive for the region. Be honest with me. Be honest. What have they done positively for the region? What have they done for the sake of the people around? And most importantly, out of all of it, what have they done as an organization, as a whole? In any sense.
I can say, not really speaking directly for them, but for Kalefall, for instance, which is not directly correlation with Dragonspire, but does do frequent trades and transfers between. They have created great prosperity within that village and that area. But before I get into more detail, may I have roughly 5 minutes with my advisor to speak privately?
More than a pleasure. You may. You may.
A lot of this confuses Brutus. You have to apologize, or I have to apologize. What are your thoughts at this moment? Is this
Several hands are tied, and we are not official dignitaries of Dragonspire. That's the issue. Kalefall was a good option to bring up. For what they've done for the region, however, looks like their hands are equally as tied. If they are driven, this is worst case scenario, if they are driven to militarize against the keep, they can enact military doctrine in which they have to give ample notice for civilian evacuation. That is worst case. Best case is to try to make a proposition of amending situations of both the dignitary first, and the handlings of these civilians, two separate things. Therefore, they do not compound.
What do you suggest Brutus suggests then? That he tries to mend the situation himself with staff there? And cause a pause until that moment? And then, beyond that, if that fails, to agree to a warfare posture where civilians are equally notified before any hostilities begin. That is our path forward.
The usual. Law dictates, I believe it was 24-hour notice minimum.
I would agree to this. This makes sense. Brutus is not trying to speak for them. He's mainly trying to speak for himself. I hope he's doing the right thing here.
In short, and pardon the language, Higgs kind of fucked us here.
Yes, I agree. Should we tell them?
Simple as. He probably already knows.
All right, that's what we'll do, and this will be the end of the conversation. Thank you.
After you.
Ready to speak again.
Harold.
So,
I have spoken to my advisor, and I have a suggestion.
I am more than happy to hear it.
Let us offer a pause on hostilities for the moment while Brutus attempts to speak with Dragonspire security to make them see the reason that you are trying to present beforehand. On that note, would it be possible to bring yourself or one of your envoys again with Brutus to attempt that? If that fails, which it very well might, because I will agree that this situation is very sticky, and myself and my advisor are not official capacitors of Dragonspire. We are just understanding beings. We can agree that if hostilities must occur, and you must attack the region, that you give at least a 24-hour notice, so that way civilians in the region can better prepare to either exit the area or come to some negotiation from there, so that way no bloodshed can occur, or limited bloodshed can occur. Can we agree that this is
I can actually help you explain this portion. I'm actually more than happy to explain this, because I will explain this, and I think both of you will be happy to hear this. Within our declaration, I do not know if it was handed out.
It was not.
We did actually state that they didn't hand it out.
No. It was word of mouth on how it
Excuse me a
spread.
moment. Ah, you fucking serious? Fucking people. I apologize for the outburst, but you can understand my aggravation.
I
We
understand.
officially stated within that declaration that we would not go after non-combatants. If you claim to be a non-combatant, we would have no qualms with you or quarrel. We would not open fire. We would not have any interaction. We are not warmongers who are willing to harm civilians. As we stated, the main goal is to secure the region. As in, we seek to secure the region to help the people. As I stated before, our main quarrel is with them that are claiming to be a temp agency, when in reality, as I stated, they are just bandits and mercenaries in our view. They are destabilizing the region, and our goal is to more or less help secure the region and help the people. Tell me, have they helped out any of these other regions besides Canefall?
Myself, I have actually helped out the region. I can speak for myself. Others I cannot. I have actually created a garden and other things and helped out various regions and trade in the area. I can also state that certain individuals have traded in the various regions. I don't know much about the Grizzly Mountains. Would you know more about the Grizzly Mountains than Brutus?
Rather harsh mountainous regions. I do know that there is a nearby duchy. But they are very isolationist. Other than that, it was Killfall and I believe a seafaring village to the south. I do not believe that we have ventured out that far. I could be mistaken.
They keep them themselves around the keep itself because that was essentially... I came here way after. Everything that I've been explained as Brutus was that it kind of fell into their laps and was a problem that they had to deal with. It was never the intention of this mercenaries' den, as it is supposed to be a kingdom or a force of good or bad. It was merely just a place for mercenaries to gather, eat, drink, and explore the various underground beneath the keep known as the Warrens, which is in of itself its own universe, it seems, with its own problems.
So, from what I'm hearing, more or less the original concept was that of exploration team almost.
Correct.
Similar to our goal.
Correct. We are not warfaring people, and that's not their goal either. Ultimately, they were just protecting their friend, which, even though I know it's someone of your predisposition to capture and to use as your bargaining chip, they don't know that specifically and the details of that. They only merely saw someone trying to take their friend. You even marched upon Orlando Saka, from what I understand.
No. I am actually going to clear this up as well. So, those were not under our control.
Understood.
That is part of the miscommunication, which is why we are discussing openly with the HOA. We are going to actually try them for criminal actions within the region and excommunicate
Understood.
them from our religion. They have acted against our will, and they have done more harm than good in that region.
On that note, if you have that report that you have communicated with the HOA and you could provide that to Brutus, that will give him more, let's say, ammunition to speak with his people. I won't
with
lie.
pleasure, I can get you a copy.
I won't lie. Brutus is a simple person. Not sure if they will actually listen. But now that Master Galdir is here with me, I can perhaps ask you if you could help me with that. Is that possible? With Galdir backing me up in this, you can see him being the previous voice. We might have a chance. But if not, then at least we can meet as warriors on the battlefield with respect. That is all I ask. And that civilians do not get hurt.
Something. So, I will ask this question. Galdir, was it? So,
Yes.
I will ask this question of you. You originally held a position with this keep, correct? A position of high importance. I will ask of this. If conflict does break out, and if we are to win, if we were to offer you the ability to handle the region in a governing sense, would that seem fair and manageable to both parties here in this room? We do not seek to just full-on take control of governance. If that is the case, we do have to invade. We are more a fan of local governance. We allow our people to have a little bit of freedom. Which is why, as I stated before, our main goal is to more or less help secure the region and help maintain some peace. So, if we do have conflict, and there is a situation in which the situation is more towards our favor, we would like to at least have this negotiation channel still open to maybe talk out ways of maybe finding a way of maybe forming some form of collaboration.
I will let Galdir speak before I say anything.
Being frank, I would be disappointed if those circumstances came to be. But for stability of the region, that may be the best option in the selection process. I am more knowledgeable of the region than most, as well as the goings-on underneath.
Then you can see why I brought up such a concern and an idea. As I stated, we are not ones of conquest for bloodshed and violence for the sake of bloodshed and violence. We are of law and order, which is why I am more than happy to extend that offer as well. I'd rather not see the region fall into chaos and instability. Which is why I at least want to offer that as a other option, just in case.
On that note, if Brutus is involved in that conversation as well, I would be amicable with that. But I am no lord or king. I do not want to pretend as much. But if that did come to pass in that way, which I would also agree with Galdir would be unfavorable, I would say we would not answer to you if possible, and that we are autonomous from you, and that you would depart from the region in that case. So that way it could be governed correctly.
It could possibly be negotiated, but there will be, as I said, discussion on such a thing. I would not see it as impossible, but maybe something could be talked out there. I believe that sounds fair to both members of the room.
It is fair. I would recommend, however, maybe another envoy at some point, because I believe what didn't help you in your situation is showing up without any disposition other than the letter. What was intended, from what I understand, was a response letter which wasn't given, and I will apologize for that. I am not in control of that. They should have responded earlier, so that way we could plan this out properly. More like this. I believe if the conversation was like this, with those same individuals in the room, we might have come to a more prolific agreement. Would you not agree? So let us start anew.
Well, alright. Here's what I shall do. I will give you a copy of the declaration of war and a copy of the letter that we sent to the HOA as of recent. Now, what I will also state is this. For right now, we will not begin any open hostilities, but we will begin militarization. What I can state is this. More or less, you are allowed to try and negotiate out the terms for a second talk. If such things are allowed, then we will look to have that discussion. But this is all I can provide at this time.
I understand.
And I thank you for that understanding.
As a final note from myself, what means of communication do you have? I would like to establish a line in case of the envoy, so I could be informed and arrive alongside. I believe the envoy having one of us as entourage would have more of a positive impact.
I will also provide you a way of communication to our diplomatic corps. That is no problem at all.
Of course.
So, I will also state this to you. Because of this, I will try and have you removed off the list of high-value targets at this time.
I understand.
You have shown that you are not willing to have conflict, and I'm more than happy to see that. You could definitely understand where we are coming from with this. So
I
for
can
right
understand.
now, we will not have you on the list of high-value targets. You will just be seen as, at this moment in time, someone who is currently trying to help stabilize the situation. And I thank you both for coming to talk to me on this.
Thank you.
Of course.
Is there anything else either of you wish to discuss upon?
That should be all.
Alright. You are free to go, and I wish you both a fine rest of your evening.
I will give you this. From the region. Salted pork meat.
It should be very nice. I'll have one of our chefs cook it up.
Thank you.
You have a good rest of your evening as well. Thank you for your time.
And I thank you both for your time as well. Have a pleasant rest of your evening. Alright, yes, what is it? Seems a good warrior. And that I shall not deny. If we had more people like that on our end, I'd be more than happy. But sadly at the moment, conflict does seem to be what we're going to deal with. Right now, take the ham over to the kitchen, see what the chef can do. I must go back to my office and begin looking into some things.
George down. Oh, okay, good.
We're good. Yeah, we're good now.
Brutus the politician. How did that go? Did you like that? That actually felt like it was right up Galdir's alley. That's like,
Yeah.
you glad I brought you to this one?
Yeah.
You were not
Good fucking
expecting
job.
this at all, were you? You were not expecting to see this person of all people. You were expecting a normal envoy. No, you got the Herald of Dark Will himself. Intrigued.
That's good. I mean, we all were just
That's
talking.
neat. Gildir has no clue what the fuck any of that means.
I'm the head of the
Congratulations, you
entire
got him.
religious sector.
Dude,
As in,
so
I
this
am
boy
legitimately
knows
their Pope. Yeah, you
nothing
don't
what's going
fucking
on.
shit right now, so
He
you
just
don't-
knows that Higgs
the
fucked
closest
up.
thing is that Higgs pretty much got a couple guys off of Fiverr to pose as Griselda in a fucking meeting room to fuck with you guys. Like, that's all he knows.
Oh, no. It wasn't 5. No, it was like 10 to 15 of them.
It was 12. There was 12
What the
at
fuck?
a table.
Yeah, he just shit posted the whole time.
I
Brutus was one of
counted.
the Griseldas too. He saw the beginning of it and he was like, "This is dumb."
This is dumb, but you also notice we didn't try to start hostilities.
Yeah, I know.
They were
Like,
like, oh, we were a temp agency. We don't have any responsibility as soon as they're like sign a
you,
contract. No,
you
that's
talk to
not how
people
it
who are
works.
not politicians or the sane people. They were just shit posts the whole time. Ivarius, Higgs, they're just meatheads. Why are we in the
Yeah.
hallway? If we're gonna talk out of gear, but
Yeah, we're
but
Come on inside.
but I mean, like, how did Brutus handle that part? Did that actually sound like
Pretty
Brutus?
well.
Yeah. How did Brutus seem to all of y'all? Like, actually good? Like, there's like
You
Brutus.
did fine. You did fine. That's why he was offering to have both you and Galdir take care of the situation if that went the way it
Imagine
was
that.
gonna go.
Imagine Brutus and Galdir own the warrants.
Yeah, that'd be fucking.
no.
That'd be worst case fucking scenario.
Oh, that
but
would suck
that's
so
fucking
bad. Be like,
funny.
Siegfried.
We basically stated there and then
No.
that we would have been fine without compensation. That we stated in that meeting, hey, we paid for these scenarios already of people getting killed by other stuff,
Well-
so we could pay it out there. But the situation is, all we want is a non-aggression pact, and they were not willing to give it.
They don't even understand. They don't even know what that means. That's the problem.
They don't. They're the worst people to talk about that. You chose the worst people
Like,
to talk
in and out
to.
of character, half that room probably didn't know what that meant.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's
They-
on them. I'm sorry to say.
They look at the dark cult as the silly dark cult thing, not the actual like dark cult that you're establishing.
yeah.
He's actually so what Hillbilly's doing. He's actually establishing the dark cult as an actual legitimate, serious faction. Prior to this was all silly-ish. That's what Hillbilly's trying to do.
We're finally put the final nail in the coffin. Yada yada. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Like establish
There's a lot of
military
discussion.
stuff.
So is Galder
and
actually interested in
establishing
actually
a
helping?
whole,
Because I don't know if he was just bullshitting or.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's like-
reason being is every time that war comes to the region, Gildir somehow finds his sorry ass involved.
So he doesn't want to be in that.
some fucking capacity, right?
I didn't seem unreasonable in that entire conversation.
No, we were
legitimate
all-
concern I had
No,
was
that was
legitimate.
completely fine. Yeah, no, that was actually like how a conversation should fucking go. Honestly,
Yeah, we hate each other, but respectfully.
No, in all honesty, I didn't even like try and throw any shade towards you. I didn't even throw any aggression. That's the thing you also have to realize. I didn't throw any aggression, nor did I like
Nor
throw
did
any
Brutus.
hatred. I just
Brutus is
stated,
very
exactly,
simple. Like
that's
him
why
talking
it
like that, he's just like, I have no idea what I'm doing, so that's why I brought Gildir.
yeah. Then I kind of sat there muted and kind of went, oh no, I might have been the worst guy to bring for a second there. Because I'm over here, I'm like, yeah, I'm siding with these guys. I'm on these guys' side. Like, what do you want me to do here?
Well, why do you think Brutus
Like-
brought you? He knows you side with these guys, so that's why he wanted to bring you. He's just like, I
Yeah,
need somebody who can actually talk like politics.
Yeah,
That's the
this
thing.
boy ended up nothing but diplomacy and political RP for a couple years now.
Listen, do you want to know what's even better? Do you want to know what's even better? We pulled troops out of the Warrens. There's no troops in the Warrens right now. We removed everyone, including civilians.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
Yeah, because they're doing
We
a
did it
military
for
posture.
safety's sake.
Yeah.
We did it for
It's
safety's
like,
sake.
Yeah.
peace talks went bad. Everyone get the fuck out of there.
The other side of it is like
Yeah.
your side of it also kind of because you assume that they actually had some people who actually are sane and actually aren't glorified shit posters.
No.
Well, no, because here's the thing.
Y'all don't know
Couchy
that
was there,
though.
and I know Couchy. Here's the thing, though. When I spoke with Couchy, Couchy was like, "Oh, but in the wardens they have governing bodies and things, and that they have their own peoples there." My response as the envoy at the time was this: we don't recognize them as governing bodies because there's only limitations to some of them, and some of them don't even have actual governing bodies.
Yeah, no, you're right. The Warrens is a shit show. The Warren, me and in and out of characters, a shit show.
And I'm legitimately sitting here giving the offer of, hey, we are more than willing to stabilize the region peacefully to allow people to easily get in and out of there. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, but there's a high mortality rate. We're trying to fix that. That is why we are there.
Oh, no, this was fun RP. This was fun RP, though. I wasn't expecting Brutus to be a part of politics RP, but I know this is up your alley.
This is what I do.
But anyway, I hope it was a fun RP for everyone.
This is what we got.
Against the pillar every
By the way-
single time with them.
Here is the first letter. That was what we sent to Orlando Saka.
Oh, you're sending it to me. Send it to, well, yeah.
Oh, the Pardew as well.
Hey, we apologize for
Well,
this
I need
letter.
Pardew on Discord. So,
Yeah, I can send
Guts
it.
probably just relay.
I can just relay it to him.
yeah.
But yeah, so Gildir's a founder, and he used to be security. He dropped
And
out
then he
of
quit.
security because he got tired of this, just over and over and over and over. He was
They
constantly
do
having to
it
fix
to
things.
themselves.
It wasn't just you guys. It was the vampires. It was the Winter Court. There was all sorts of other things going on. And then there's a point in time that a door to the Warrens was in an area that Gildir was governing, or assisting in governing. And so he started getting on them more, and he saw their responses, and he went, I can't deal with y'all. Y'all are fucking, ugh.
Me and Galdir when I was
Don't make
DT.
it this
DT
hard.
was actually probably one of the best security members there because he could actually like negotiate. And then he got fired because he did something stupid. But yeah. Overall, he wasn't speaking for Dragonspire. I hope that's understood. He wasn't speaking for. He was speaking for himself in the region. He's just like,
That's why he's like saying that he's more than willing to give you a chance to do something, but he's knowing that it's still going to possibly be a thing. So that's why he's giving you the declaration.
it's a
of war, so
very
you can at
low
least spread
success
that
rate.
publicly.
I know how this is going to go. Even Party's probably going to go to him with like a reasonable thing, and then Higgs is going to be like, ha, 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 shit post, shit post, shit post, and then Galdir's going to be like,
this.
all right.
We know about what he put on the mailbox. He put
What?
a thing on the goddamn mailbox.
What did he
No
put on the
death threats,
mailbox?
Pipe bombs, and certainly no declarations of war.
Oh.
Dude.
That's what he put
so
on the mailbox, because we reached out
last
to him
time
on
I
his
had to get,
personal mailbox. We didn't
The
reach
last
out
time
to
I got
Dragonspire, no, we
Dragonspire
reached to him.
security to do something, by the way, I went to originally try and make a report as
Okay.
Gildir, right? You want to know what ended up happening? I walked up to Higgs. I'm going to stand up and do it. So, I had the voice mod and all. I walked up to Higgs and hit him with the, where are my toggles at? I hit him with... And just started threatening to beat his ass in the middle of the hallway to do something. That's how I got to actually do something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was back when like fucking Dirge was doing the thing.
Yeah. My little stabby lizard. Anyway, but it got to the point of like you have to like push them for them to actually take things seriously, and not many people can actually push them.
I walk in there with a diplomatic envoy and 4 armed guards.
They're
still
literally
didn't
going to
take
the
that
L
shit
on the
seriously.
forehead and default dance on you.
Then they don't listen to Bruce because
You
he's a
wanna know what I
simple
brought up
guy.
as an
He's not
offer?
Galdir.
I'm going to explain it like this. You want to know what I've actually brought up to them on the table, like, out of character?
What's that?
We have a map of the region. We said we were going to invade the south first. We were going to take the entirety of the southern region as a point to
Damn.
start invasion plans.
It was funny because
As
like in
in-
that Warren's run, he was out of character saying, "Oh my god!" Like Herd was like, "I gotta figure this out now because I might have actually fucked up." He was saying that out of character. He's like, "Oh my god! Now I actually
shit.
gotta establish
Do you wanna know
lore
why?
for the
Do
map
you
because he's
know
never done that
why?
before."
I had fucking Frederick come up to me after that, and a few other people come up to me after that and went, "Wait, you're involved with this now?"
Yeah, because like he
We're
was
fucked.
shit posting and telling them, he was even telling Galdir that y'all declared war on everybody, not the region. He was shit posting saying, "Yeah, they declared war on you. They've declared war on the metaverse." That's what he was blowing out. He was in character blowing it out of proportion. Out of character, he knew it was region, but he was being Higgs
Yeah.
shit posting. And as soon as Galdir found out about it, he was running after him. He's like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah.
Well, no, it gets even better because we were also sending out letters to other places in the metaverse saying we have no quarrel with them and that we were willing to work out situations.
So you want to know how the game of telephone worked in the keep after y'all left? You want to know how that shit went down?
Let's hear it.
Oh no.
So I'm sitting in a corner with. So I'm part of the Zephyrin side of things. So I know fuck all what's going on in Orlando Soccer and everything. So I'm in a corner talking to other characters from Zephyr about our goings on and everything. Brutus comes up and goes, "Hey, I think we just had war declared on us.
Oh god.
You should probably look at that." And we all just kind of like slowed to like, "What you just say?" So I go over, I take a look, I ask, "What the fuck's going on?" And you know what the answer I got was like, "Yeah, they didn't declare war on the keep. They declared war on the individuals that are currently within the keep, which that included Geldir at the time." And Geldir looked around and went, "Oh, my daughter-in-law is here, who is technically royalty for another nation." Oh, fuck, this is a dignitary's nightmare. This is a dignitary's nightmare.
No.
I'm going to talk to these fucking guys.
What makes it even more hilarious is in the actual letter that we gave, it states something entirely different. I will actually read it to you.
I'm not
here
surprised
and
by
now.
that.
Oh, I have it. Let me give you the declaration too.
This letter is a declaration of war upon the region in which the area of Dragonspire Keep resides. We will uphold and follow the rules of war, not harm non-combatants, and ensure that all other nations are not dragged into combat unless they open fire upon us. The reasons for us declaring the war are as follows. We seek to ensure that our civilian researcher casualties are not in vain and that our people are not met with hostile aggression. We seek to ensure that the region doesn't have such violent individuals who can harm our nation and other nations, even if they are in good relations with some governments. Therefore, be it resolved by the Dark Legion's Council that the state of war between the region and the Dark Legion, which has been thrusted upon the Dark Legion, is hereby formally declared, and that of the Council has hereby authorized and directed to deploy naval, aerial, and military forces of the Dark Legion and the resources of the Council to carry on war against the region and to bring the conflict to a successful termination. The surrender of the area and Dragonspire Keep, economic reparations, and the turning over of wanted individuals are to be pledged by the area to the Dark Legion. Signed, Herald of the Dark Will, Last Mind of Saros, the Last Hunter of Shrade, the Admiral who drowned the world, the Seed of Winds, and the Knight of Embers.
Good lord.
It's legitimately the most normal declaration. There's nothing too crazy. We are just
You're
asking
handling it way nicer than I would have done. You want to know what I would have done? I would have labeled the individuals of the Dragonspire Keep an insurgency.
Oh my god.
That is literally what we did in the paperwork.
Yeah.
They're a terrorist group.
Yeah,
We
they're-
sent them the first letter.
Technically
We
speaking,
actually-
to a foreign nation,
Dragonspire
they're
stuff
not
is
a foreign entity. They are an insurgency. They are a
you ready
group
for
of
this?
ruffians that are establishing
We
power
actually,
within the
when
region.
we walked in, do you want to know what we actually stated?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we actually sent them the first letter to reach out to them to talk about having the diplomat, would you like to know what we sent to them?
What'd you say?
We said that we don't recognize them as a government.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
simple as.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually find the letter in question.
Never
Here it
send a
is.
diplomat to a shit
Found it.
poster because you never get anything done because that's all that exists.
Dear Dragonspire official, I am writing you this letter with a statement. We demand the ceasing of violent and heinous actions upon our people who are simply there on research missions in the territory. We do not see the territory as claimed due to its status of not having a governing or legislative body. We also view the territory as ruins that show no sign of any current formal claim. We will meet your violence, banditry, and partisan action with action of our own in equal response. If this action continues and escalates, we shall not hesitate to take the region by force and enact proper justice to ensure that these actions do not continue. We are happy to send a diplomatic envoy to receive an apology from your end and discuss terms to end hostilities. If no response occurs within 1 week, we will officially note this as a declaration of war and act accordingly. We seek to hear your response and hope for possible future collaboration. We gave him 1 week. We did not get a response.
Yeah.
We were all in the right on this. Every single time.
That's what Brutus recognized because he's in a warrior mindset. He's like, no, this is not how you do things. Like Brutus is like, what are you doing?
I'm face palming the entire fucking time.
Now Galdir gets.
Part of this, when we heard that you were going to be here, we were like, wait a minute, this could be an opportunity to maybe make an alliance here. Maybe we could have allies to actually help us maybe secure the region. And there you go. Look at how this played out.
I mean, there you go. To be be honest with you, though, in character, Higgs and Fable have wanted to drop the Warrens for so long. Would they even do that?
I don't know. Because they're tied to the keep, like, symbiotic almost. They kind of can't just leave.
Yeah. They can't.
That's the issue that we have, is the whole thing with Siegfried and their ties and pacts and how the Warrens is actually like a living being, technically.
If Siegfried found out about this, he'd probably be pissed. Siegfried would probably kick Fables and Higgs's ass. Because Siegfried would even be like, and Scales would be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah. But now the current conversation is short. I'm
done?
going to pop out of here.
Yep.
I didn't charge my trackers, and I got other things I got to do tonight.
Yeah,
All right.
so have fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Pardu. I hope you had fun. We'll figure out more later.
Yeah, but you see, like, as I stated with the original statement, we didn't demand economic reparations. We just demanded an apology and the ability to negotiate out terms. That was it.
We'll work on
Can
that.
we at least get a sorry? No.
We might. Now that Galdir's involved, you might actually get a sorry, because Galdir's actually going to be like, you're going to cause me problems. And if that happens, then Galdir's going to be like, okay, well, I guess I'm at war with you. That would be funny.
If they legitimately say no,
Oh god.
and then literally have Galdir, we're just going to walk up to Galdir and go, listen, we told you that this was going to happen. They were not going to be cooperative, which is why we are more than happy to have you come on board with us to show that we're not here to destabilize the region.
Brutus only think if he did that, he'd be like, you can't have Griselda and I'll help you. That would be his fucking trade. But, we'll figure it out from there. Anyway, y'all have fun. I hope you had fun during this. I hope this was an interesting roleplay.
Yeah.
Are these new units that you just made?
Yeah, let's see. No, those are old.
These have been around. These have been around.
Oh, okay.
Don't you remember fighting these guys?
Oh, yeah, that was a while back. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Well, I'm going to go to Red Wilds do a little bit and then probably go vibe for a little bit. So I'll see you later.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
having talks with the people over at Dragonspire to try and figure out that whole fucking...
If there isn't even a Dragonspire right now, it's shut down.
I know, but I wish you luck. We're trying to get that sorted. Because on Thursday we have to have a talk with Higgs. So
wait, are you actually having a hot talk with Higgs, like out of character or in character?
Out of character. We're having a talk with Higgs.
We're having a talk with her. We're having a talk with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking with the DMs like how to actually go about this, because hey, we just got war declared from our side. Hey, so we need to talk things over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let him know about everything we've done, so he knows that out of character. So he knows that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
he'll probably like out of character be like, okay, I could fix this now out of character. Now I can actually go down this path, so that way we don't have hostilities and I don't have to figure out all the lore for my entire fucking country.
Yeah, don't worry. That was part of the thing. We'll see, because
that's gonna be on him. At this point, it's on the DMs. I'm just a character.
Yeah.
I'm just in the universe.
I know.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But
you're
I think
fine.
Brutus
You're
handled it
fine.
pretty well, I would say, right?
You did.
I would say so.
You
Yeah.
did.
Were you expecting Brutus just to punch you, or just like?
No, I expected this. This is honestly what I expected. Hell, I was honestly even expecting possibly maybe a small, tiny chance of you going, okay, maybe these guys aren't really the bad guys. Maybe I have this all wrong, and these guys might actually be here to legitimately try and fix the legend.
I don't think Brutus thinks that, because he still thinks that you're trying to kidnap Griselda. He knows that you're nefarious in the back end. He's just not going to research it because that's not in his purview right now. And also, Brutus is just a lawyer.
Yeah.
This
But now
was
this
an
also probably brings
expectation
some
ultimately.
question.
Yeah.
But this is
I
probably
mean,
gonna
this
bring some
might
questions back to your
yield
head of,
Brutus
are they
leaving
truly
security. We
evil?
don't know yet. He might leave Dragonspire Security, but I probably won't, though.
I
But
would.
If that does happen, I'm just gonna be sitting there like, man,
yeah.
it just went
Higgs will be
really
like, oh, I
south.
fucked up.
We lost Brutus. No. Anyway, I'll see you later.
All right, but have a good one.
Bye bye. Ooh.
Anyway, I'm assuming.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What is this?
The hug?
I don't have arms.
What?
Yeah, hug this. Hug this thing.
No, Dad!
This thing.
You're welcome, friend.
What the fuck? What? Hello?
What's another one? I think the other one like got evaporated.
Sounds like an inchworm.
Yes.
Is that a bug?
It's an
It's an
accordion.
accordion bug, yeah.
Let me go.
Anyway,
Let me go.
This is crazy.
Hey, don't touch me.
I was
No.
watching this Common Rider with friends. That's what they were doing.
What the fuck? Did you see it?
You just ate it as soon
Oh,
as
it's
it was
alive still.
fine.
Oh no.
Oh, and it's...
I think you have something in your throat.
I can hear
I think
it
it's-
inside you.
Holy
That's
shit.
gore. That's gore.
Oh, I
Is
thought
my
that was a-
comfort
Feel
character.
violated.
I thought that was a worm. Sorry.
Arrivederci, sir. I'm so alive. I put you to rest.
I don't think they're dead.
I give you my blessing. I give you my blessing. My blessing. I give you my blessing.
I need to kill.
What?
Yes, take my
No.
blessing.
Kill John Lennon. Not Evelyn. Nope. Not Evelyn.
Listen.
Not Evelyn. You're okay.
Don't use your powers to justice. You're doing justice. It is for justice.
It's a feral
Use
accordion.
your abilities of justice. Yes. Use your abilities.
Hell?
It punched me.
Kill.
Justice him.
What?
No, the wrong target. The wrong target.
I've done
The
nothing
wrong
wrong.
target. Justice that man. Justice that man.
I've done nothing
Oh, yeah,
wrong.
yeah, boss.
No.
No. Hey,
No, he punched me.
Ow.
Punched me.
what the fuck? Stop
Get back here.
Why are you thrusting on people?
Are you going to execute him? How funny.
Holy shit.
Get over here.
Oh, he will be executed.
See, I can't see anything. Should I be seeing something?
Oh, give it a moment.
Okay,
Give it a
yeah,
moment.
thanks.
I'll sort this out.
I see. Man. What the fuck?
Why does it immediately go after me?
I don't know. It probably smells your fear. You need like a pendant of
I
courage
guess I like-
or something.
Freaking stink of fear.
Good beer. Anyway, good seeing all of y'all.
Yeah, you should get like. Oh, goodbye, Brutus.
Goodbye. I was Brutus.
Goodbye, Brutus.
Oh, pardon me.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Leave from whence thou came in this pit of lava, because I'm going to do this
I already told you what I'm doing. Bye-bye.
Well, that was interesting.
Oh, your friend's dead. They're gone. They're gone. Dead forever. Gone.
Everything after she told me of that.
No, fuck, it's Elvis.
That would be very
God
sad.
damn it. Why is Elvis here?
Be funny.
Hey!
I can't believe I died.
It's a big shame, I know.
Delusions of
You know
grandeur.
how it is. There's no force behind it. It's just getting the shit out of you.
Oh. Bless you.
Oh. Anyway, I came up to clear the confusions. I don't give Valentine any of my. I teach her how to use the innate stuff she can. Innate stuff she can possess.
The ricochet, Dad! The ricochet!
Remember. Anyway, as I was saying.
It keeps scaring me!
Use the powers you've gathered thus far and fend off this wicked beast.
Okay, hold on.
Wicked beast.
Things all right?
Oh man.
Cease!
Okay.
Cease!
Okay.
Cease!
Okay.
Cease! Cease!
I love
Cease!
CC's pizza.
Ah!
What?
What is... What?
What the fuck is it talking about now? It's
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
pizza.
this is interfering.
CC's! What the fuck is?
Hey. Hey. Cece's Pizza, right? Elvis, Cece's Pizza? I got a question for you. What do you like? You like their Olympian? Or do you like their, Pediquado?
I don't know what that means. I just
Come
eat
on,
pizza.
it's Pediquado! What do you do? What do you stick with me, man? Like, come on! That's a good
I don't like when he does that.
Echo pleasant on you.
Doing
No,
that
fucking,
lot.
there's another one. No, guys.
Ooh, I like that. You know what?
things today.
What did I do to you?
I'm gonna give this thing a car.
I'm kidding.
What? Let's stop. Don't give things cars.
No cars, please.
There's a car for you.
Get that out of here. Get it. I'm gonna trash it.
So yeah, I gave it a C.
Don't trash my car.
Tear this car apart.
Don't trash my car.
I'm gonna tear this car apart.
Don't trash my car.
I'm gonna rip it up
Don't trash my car.
or shred it into pieces. Get it,
You know what?
Vince.
You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that?
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
no. You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that? Nutshot.
I wear a cup, bitch. I'm taking the car.
That's it. I'm getting you.
Oh, you know what would be funny? If I just, Right. I learned how to drive. I don't have my license. We're probably gonna crash horribly. It'll be really funny though. Get out the way! Beep beep! Beep beep! Oh. Oh. I remembered to press the brake. Is that okay? We'll put it in park.
The car.
No.
Just destroy this.
Rolls up the window.
Car.
Locks the door.
Open up.
Puts it in reverse. Brakes. Forward. Turn. Whip this bitch. We're getting out of here. Yeah. Oh shit! I'm doing donuts. Bye guys. I'm leaving. Clutch, I think. Go to like third gear automatically. The thing's just gonna take a screenshot. Go through. It's okay.
I love doing funny bits.
Yeah, I can get away with them here sometimes. You now have an Elvis car. Congratulations. You can go back in whenever you want. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna do something funny.
Wait, what? Different character?
I'm gonna My Little Pony.
Well, that's not well, it's technically My Little Pony, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you had fun. I'm gonna go cause chaos somewhere else. See you later.
Bye.
Give me money.
Thank God, no, this was back. You know, why did I just... Oh my...
I have not had any justice for it. And that bothers me.
Did you ever put in the...
Logan's just figuring out how many he's bringing.
Actually, oh, don't bring me that. I just want to yet to go on a hunt.
If you're going to that beach, you're gonna have a couple guards.
It's been a while since
I don't want to accidentally zap
I'm trying to make sure
did all those.
I'm not picking too many people's to brother. That's like purple guy or
well, you have the mask top. He's gone to, I think, 6 right now.
I don't really go on hunts anymore.
Here, but I...
4 or 5. Currently it's fine. I think we should be fine.
You know what?
How many of the Scarlet Cross are there?
Besides, I have...
3. So we still have
I see. I'll get the house ready.
Why don't we just use we get 2 more? 2 more. If they're just bringing 3, we might as well bring 2 more.
Okay, so there's 6. There's 6 in comms right now.
Where are you mean? There's only 5.
Yeah, we just contacted Raiju.
Elvis is here.
I don't think they have 100 keys.
What's happening?
Okay, Lunori's on it again. I'm just looking around.
Oh yeah, out of the arena.
Arthur, come here. No, funny guy.
Come here! Yo, that bird will freak you out. I've seen the move, man.
Well, there is one that I asked on, so there is...
We learned the technique.
There's one big... That's funny. That's a huge ass dinosaur.
I've heard Carno can switch to
Hold on.
either that or he has a sibling.
It must be done.
Alright, see you later.
I figured if the technology exists out there, it might as well be put to good use wherever
Good to
else.
see you again.
Shimon, God!
I love how everyone flocked
Thank you very much. How you doing today?
Aurora. I'm gonna get the goddamn sandwich. I swear to God, where the fuck is this sandwich? Take your sandwich.
Okay.
fuck did I
Bitch.
just witness?
I don't know.
You
I'm
never
covered in
know
imperial
in the
fucking
metaverse.
blood. Never mind, it's gone. I think I'm okay now. Gross. For context, it's the ghost of Elvis Presley.
Who?
A musician.
Okay.
So they make you an Elvis game. Anyways.
That Carno in the game?
Alright, cool. I'm gonna take a quick break, everybody. I'm gonna go relax somewhere. Uh-oh, that's 2D audio. Alright, I'll see you later. I'm gonna raid somebody and then call some... Oh my god, stupid little fucking...